Your 2008 Sportsman of the Year nominees are George Balhan, Ed Eckert, Kyle Chandler, Trey Myers, Lee O'Donnell.
And this year's Sportsman of the Year goes to Trey Myers.
Y'all got me speechless. This is incredible. You know, I've sat back here a couple of years now, and I've always thought to myself, if I ever got up in front of you all and actually was lucky enough to be a part of this crowd, you know, to get a piece of metal like this, it just represents, you know, even just my smallest little contribution in this sport. You know, I just wanted to say to each and every one of you, you know, I consider every one of you my family. You can all, any one of you, anytime at all, day or night, you know, we're all family. This whole sport, you know, we make the jokes that, you know, we're living the dream or that we're doing it for the fans. Well, you know, we all do that together, and that's because, well, that's what makes us a family. I came into this sport a few years ago, and, you know, I didn't really think I was going to stick around and do the whole monster truck thing for very long. And, man, I'm really proud to say that I'm just, you know, friends with each and every one of you. John, congratulations. Man, last night was awesome. You know, it was one thing for you to win once, but, man, to come back and do it again, it proved, man, you're awesome. Adam, man, I tell you, dude, I got to see you run over in Europe and got to travel with you, and, man, I tell you, every one of you drivers, you got to be scared of Adam, but you better step up and watch him. Man, he done some stuff in that truck last night. Man, it'll touch them fans' hearts, get them up in the stands, and it'll have all of us wondering how he done it. I just want to thank each and every one of you, man. Thank you.
Your 2008 Stadium Freestyle of the Year nominees are Damon Bradshaw, driving Air Force Afterburner in San Antonio. Dennis Anderson, driving Gravedigger in Minneapolis. Tom Mentz, driving Maximum Destruction in Houston. Mark McDonald, driving the Safe Auto Minimizer in Toronto. Neil Elliott, driving Maximum Destruction in New Orleans.
Stadium Freestyle of the Year winner is really hard to get out. It is Dennis Anderson.
Yeah, I know y'all get tired of it. Gravedigger, Dennis Anderson, y'all just hear that all the time, but I want to thank Adam, some of you other guys out there for introducing me to the Hans device. I got that Hans device on. Now they've talked me into a new seat. I don't have it yet. I'll have it in there before long. I've been out here on the trail for a long time, you guys. I'm going to tell you right now, you guys are bringing this thing to the next level for all of us out here. We watch each other and we go. And what happened last night was an internal sickness. I stood on top of that building out there and saw Chad Tingler take off and right out of the barrel with that freestyle. Thank you guys for chasing me and making me who I am today. I love you guys. And congratulations, John and Adam. You guys are awesome.
Your 2008 Mechanic of the Year nominees are Cody Saucier with Team Batman, Bill Easterly Jr. with Team Blue Thunder, Eric Schweinkart with Team Donkey Kong, Chris Baker with Randy Brown's Team Gravedigger, Tommy Powers with Team Stone Crusher.
And the winner is, Sam?
Okay, let's see. No doubt, these things are hard to get open.
Representing Team Donkey Kong, Eric Schweikart.
Hey, this is the first time up here for me. I just want to thank Mike Wells and the whole Monster Jam series here for inviting me back to work first quarter for this NGK World Finals. And I would like to thank Frank Kreml for wanting me to work on his truck out there. Does a great job driving it, and I'm just glad I can keep it going. Thank you.
Your 2008 Wow Factor Award nominees are Neil Elliott, driving Maximum Destruction in New Orleans. George Balhan, driving an Escalade in San Diego. Adam Anderson, driving Taz in San Diego. Charlie Pauken, driving Gravedigger in Chicago. Tom Mentz, driving Maximum Destruction in Gothenburg.
And the winner of the Wow Factor of the Year is Tom Mentz for that wonderful ride in Gothenburg.
There's a lot of wow factors, like you said, though. I can accept this award, but man, so many of you out there are driving so hard and doing such a wonderful job. And I thank every one of you every time I see you, and I compliment you when you do good. And the reason is because I really mean it, You guys are pushing us to new levels, kind of like I pushed that old man. What's his name? Dennis? Hey, buddy. I got to tell you a funny story. The funniest thing happened to me this weekend was I was standing at the elevator over here, that 4-bay elevator that takes forever after qualifying. I stand there forever, and everybody's, hey, Tom, hey, Tom, hey, Tom, and I'm talking to them all, and it just took forever for that elevator to come. It wouldn't come. So finally, I always have to say stuff that comes to my mind. Unfortunately, it's not always the best thing to say, but I said, man, all these fans are there, and I'm like, man, and they laugh too. I'm like, man, this elevator is slower than Dennis Anderson, and they just went crazy. That was my big wow factor for the weekend. It was actually my highlight. Thanks, buddy. But man, just great to get an award of any kind. All you people out there helping my crew, you've done such an awesome job this year. Every one of you's whined and complained, but you know what? In the end, you went ahead and did it all. Thank you, guys. You did so much for us. But like you said, that boy last night, when he come over, John, he was so happy when you were on racing. I don't know if you even got a chance to see him after the show, but he was crying. And I know a lot about burns from going through it with Rob, and he's burnt really bad. And he was out there in that wind, and that's horrible to dry your skin out like that. But John, he was really excited that you won. He was crying. And he said, Tom, I'd really like for you to win freestyle. I can't stay to the end. I got to go home, and I understood that. But, to see him out there putting up with all that just to see us, and he actually came all the way around to the side of the fence there, and he was crying, and I think his tears were of joy. Thank you.